Hey love, what is going on? Welcome and or welcome back to the channel. Make sure that you take the time to leave me a comment. Let me know how you doing, how you are feeling today, right? You already know this is going to be a collective message for us all. Make sure that if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, that you are sure to do so. For those of you who are new here, my name is Shani. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. I typically upload daily collective messages throughout the week for us all. When or as the opportunity presents itself, I upload collective messages for each zodiac sign, as well as what I would like to call collective conversations, which will both be returning very, 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 very soon. Okay, if you are interested in following me or supporting me on any of the other platforms that I'm associated with, make sure that you check out the description area. The link tree is in there. And also, if you're interested in booking a session or a service with me, make sure you want to check out that link tree link as well. All right. Now, again, this is about to be a collective message. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Make sure that you leave me a comment in the moments where you feel like, damn, now I understand where she's coming from. Damn, I felt that, right? Let's get into it though. All thanks and praise to the Most High, to God Himself, the Creator. We ask that you give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message with an open mind and an open heart. You know our hearts and you know our situations. We also ask that you clear out anything standing in the way of our our clarification, confirmation, and transformation at this time. Ashe. I still hear myself saying clarification. Ashe. Oh man. All right, let's get into it. Before I even go into the deck, right? There's somebody who needs to hear this, and I don't want you to feel as though I'm coming for you in any type of way, shape, or form. I'm not. It's not me. It's just a message that I have to deliver. So hear me out. Complaining is not going to change your situation. Right? Complaining about it over and over again is not the thing that's going to change your situation. So if you're in the situation and you're like, damn, I'm tired of complaining, I'm tired of having to always say something about this same thing over and over again, I'm tired of, right? Instead of complaining about it, start implementing the necessary changes towards the things that you complain the most about. Does that make sense? Like, because you complaining, and the complaining in your mind is almost like your mind is processing the fact that you're complaining. It's like you expecting change to come from that, when in all honesty and actuality, the changes you implement will take the complaining away, so again, that has been on my mind, on my heart. That's been the energy, that's been what's been being put out there to be said. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that part with y'all as well. But again, let's get into this message real quick. Let's see what Spirit has for us today. In order for us to be able to receive the message at hand with an open mind and an open heart. Some of these cards, they be like, I just be paying attention to how like the steps be moving when it comes to certain cards, because the reading that we did yesterday, I'm seeing two of the cards that was here the other day or yesterday. All right, so underneath it all up, we got the Moon card. Okay, so this is like being distracted from your path in some type of way, right? This would be you. This would be your path. This would be where you're going, where you're headed. But then you have these things here on the outside that are pretty much distracting you. They are, whether they're putting fear in you, something for you to worry about. But it's really calling you to see things for what they are, right? See things for what they are beyond the surface of what you can see with your physical eyes. There's always a bigger picture, right? So put yourself in a position to kind of remove yourself from the situation, I guess, emotionally, right? So that you can see things from a broader perspective and things of that nature. Maybe what it's really probably calling you to do is Stop hiding behind your emotions for you to actually feel what it is that you're feeling when you come into the contact with these distractions in any way, shape, or form, so that you can really get your mind right and understand, like, get clear on what it is that you actually deserve and desire to have. Mostly like what you desire, right? The things that you desire, you deserve. So you want to get your mind into a place or a space to where you can be clear on what that is, the essence of what that is. You feel me? Now, going into the cards that we have on the actual deck, the first card up is the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay? And the Three of Wands in reverse is pretty much on some shit telling me like you're not recognizing how everything that you need, you already have this stuff within you. Like, I don't know what it is you feel like you lack, but you got to understand, you have to be willing to understand that you don't lack absolutely nothing. The problem comes in when you are when you're in one place and you're trying to jump from here all the way to the end goal, right? The reason why you don't feel like you have what it takes or you have what you need is because you're trying to jump without obtaining all of this shit along the way. So if you're in a particular place or space right now and you feel though as you do not have what it takes to get all the way up over there, that's because you have to take a step again at a time. And when you take these steps, you are presented with new materials, new information, new knowledge, new relationships that will assist you in reaching your end goal. So, just continue to move forward. Just continue to move forward. I can't say that enough, right? Even this card comes up and this is a Chariot where it's like forward movement. So it's really just keep moving forward. And then you will recognize and realize like why certain things had to take place. You can, even in where you are right now, right? When you look back over your life, there were certain things that you may feel like you did not have at a certain time, but you may have them now, right? Whether it's more knowledge, whether it's more love for yourself, whether it's more understanding for the situations of you or other people, right? Whether it is more empathy, whether you're more tapped in, whether you become more intuitive, right? There are things that have happened in your life that really have just set you up to become the person that you are now, So it's not like you that same person. Even in the moments where you feel like it, you're always gaining new knowledge. You always coming up on some shit to help you get into the position that you desire to be in. So again, keep moving forward. Now, back to back, you got two like love cards, right? So you have the love card, which is the Two of Cups, and then you have the evolution on top of the evolution, which is the art card. So really recognize yourself for who you are, for who, what, and or where you are, right? And love yourself for that. Love yourself for that. I was just explaining like everything happens basically for a reason. So even in the moments where you feel like if you just be being damn near hard on yourself. You have to pour into yourself. Okay? The things that you are wanting to receive from other people, whether it's the acknowledgement, the appreciation, the love, the respect, all of those things are things that you want to make sure that you are giving to yourself first. People be saying little stuff like, well, it's not the same. Like, it's not the same. Trust me when I tell you, it's better than what you're looking for. So yeah, I agree. It's not the same, but you're. How can I describe this? You looking for anything outside of yourself. When you obtain that, it can very much so be temporary. So you gonna wanna be mindful of that, right? You gonna wanna pay attention to that. You gonna wanna be careful about that. It's anything outside of yourself that you are trying to grasp to give you more pleasure or to make you happy or to bring you peace and shit like that. All that's going to be temporary, right? But if you establish all of those things that you seek on the outside, if you establish it within you, then it's like anything else that comes to you is going to be extra, right? It's going to just add to it. It's going to contribute to what you already feel to make you feel more of what you feel, but not leaving those external factors or people or whatever they are to control the way that you feel, type shit. And once you do that, like once you start to feel what's going on in here and you recognize how you already have any and everything that you're seeking outside of yourself, you gonna turn your whole world around, and it's gonna blow your fucking mind. You gonna get rid of all these toxic relationships, right? Whether you're knowing about them or they have not even revealed their stuff yet. But with this card showing up, baby, there's definitely some trauma bonding situations, some imbalanced relationships that are being experienced, right? And once you start to notice that, it's going to put you in a position to start doing what you know you need to do and what's best for you, right? This is super dope. This energy just feels good because it's like, okay, I recognize, you know how you can come into a situation to where you start having these thoughts, like motherfuckers really be starting to show their true colors, right? And when they start showing their true colors, you end up like falling back. And again, let me go back into that underneath it all card, because here goes those distractions. These distractions could very well be these toxic, dysfunctional, trauma bonding, imbalanced relationships that you holding on to, right? Pouring into other people more than you pouring into yourself. Not even knowing that these people who you're pouring into, they fucking envy you. They envy you, but they show it a different type of way on the surface. So it's like, your antennas ain't antenna in, okay? Like your antennas ain't antenna in how they could in, or I want to say should, right? How they could be, how you even know they could be. And when this shit start hitting the fan, you gonna be like shocked. You gonna be like, yeah, I didn't even notice. I didn't even recognize that they had an issue with me. I didn't even recognize that they were trying to misuse me, right? And I'm saying misuse because I don't have a problem with being used. When I show up and I do these readings, when I have my coaching calls, when I post my content on the other platforms, that's me being used. But when I was going and I was doing free readings and people were coming and they were taking advantage of the gift, they were misusing, so I had to cut that out, right? Stuff like that. It's when it starts to reveal itself, if it has not already, it's gonna put you in a position to be like, you know what? I gotta do what I need to do for me. And that's gonna start you on some whole, like, you actually tapping into your passion, right? You lighting that fire. You lighting your fire. And it's unfortunate that we be so, the first word that popped up is delusional, but I don't want to use that really. We be so distracted, let me say that, from us operating in our truth, from us operating in our passion, that it really does, it's unfortunate that it takes like those the traumatic situations, right? The obstacles and the challenges to actually get us back into alignment with what it is that we actually want to do within or for ourselves. So, listen. And I don't see no tower moments popped up underneath the deck. I didn't see no tower moments, in the immediate cards behind the moon card or nothing like that. But things are happening right now because it's like you don't recognize how powerful you are. You're not recognizing what you have within you, right? You're not recognizing it. So now it's like spirit, God, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit team, like, all of them, they have to come in and they have to orchestrate these situations, circumstances, and or events in order to put you in a position so that you can realize what you have within you, right? Like you don't know how strong you are until you have to experience this situation where you have no choice but to be strong. Of course, you don't want to experience the situations or whatever, but they are necessary and it has to come about in order for you to be able to get into alignment with what God knows to be true about you. Right? But because you've been conditioned or because you've been so wrapped up in what's going on in the world, once again, the distractions, okay, you can't see you for who you truly are. But when you're put into those positions to exercise who you truly are, then you'll understand. Ain't no way that you can say like, oh, I'm not capable or I'm not able when you're placed in a position to have to. You feel me? So, with all that being said, like, it's time for you to tap into you. It's time for you to release yourself from the distractions, especially those people who you dealing with and they're not actually like pouring into you how you pour into them, for one, or even them not pouring into other people how you pour. It can get real tricky, right? It can get very, very tricky. But I just want you to be super mindful and recognize and realize who you are. You make sure that you love on yourself more than anything and or anybody else. And that's not to be selfish, right? But it's to keep you. It's to keep you, simply put. Because the moment you stop being connected to yourself and you start focusing on other people and everybody else, you start to detach from yourself. And before you know it, 6 to 8 months down the line, you hollering about how you feel lost and disconnected or depressed, or your energy is just so drained, and so on and so forth, right? Love on yourself. Love on yourself enough to the point where you can recognize who you are and what's inside of you, because it's valuable. It's valuable. But listen, I can go on for the rest of the day talking about these cards on the table alone, right? Again, let me know in the comments how you feel. Let me know in the comments how you doing. Let me know in the comments what you think about the message and anything else that you want to discuss, all right? I definitely thank you. I appreciate you. Again, if you're interested in supporting me anywhere else or booking a session or a service, make sure you check out that description area. And until next time, beloved, enjoy yourself. Peace.